January 10th. Reset follow-through. Starting is easy, finishing is discipline. Anyone can begin. The first step requires nothing but a decision. The excitement of something new carries you through the initial effort. But excitement fades, novelty wears off. What remains is the work. And most people stop when the work stops feeling interesting. Incomplete actions drain energy. Every unfinished task creates mental weight. Every abandoned project occupies space in your mind. Every commitment you made and did not honor becomes a reminder that your word is not reliable, not to others, to yourself. You carry the weight of what you did not finish. It sits in the background of your thoughts. It creates friction every time you consider starting something new. Because starting again means adding to the pile of things you have not completed. It means proving once more that you are someone who begins but does not follow through. Follow through builds trust with yourself. Every time you finish what you start, you reinforce the belief that you are capable of completion. You prove that your commitments are not empty. You demonstrate that when you say you will do something, it gets done. This is not about proving anything to anyone else. This is about proving it to yourself. Because if you do not trust yourself to follow through, you will hesitate to commit. You will avoid starting because you know finishing is unlikely. You will stay small because expansion requires completion and you have trained yourself not to finish. Do what you said you would do, even when no one notices. Even when the result does not matter to anyone but you. Even when it would be easier to let it go unfinished. Even when no one will hold you accountable except yourself. Most people only finish what has external consequences. They complete work that has deadlines. They honor commitments that others will notice. But they abandon everything that is only accountable to themselves. And then they wonder why self-discipline feels impossible. Self-discipline is the ability to follow through when no one is watching. When there is no external pressure. When the only consequence of quitting is internal. When the only person who will know you did not finish is you. If you only finish what others hold you to, you are not disciplined. You are compliant. Discipline is what remains when compliance is no longer required. Completion creates clarity. When you finish what you start, you free mental space. You close loops. You eliminate the background noise of unfinished business. You create room for the next thing without dragging the weight of the last thing with you. Incomplete tasks accumulate. 1 unfinished project is manageable, 5 is overwhelming, 10 creates paralysis. At a certain point, you stop starting new things because you are too burdened by what you have not finished to take on more. The solution is not to finish everything at once. The solution is to stop starting things you do not intend to finish, and to finish what you have already started before beginning something new. Most people treat starting as the achievement. They celebrate the decision to begin. They announce their intentions. They document the first step. But starting is not progress. Starting is potential. Progress is completion. Finishing is what separates intention from action. Finishing is what proves the commitment was real. Finishing is what builds momentum. Because every completed task makes the next one easier. Every follow-through reinforces the identity of someone who finishes. You do not need to finish everything today. You need to finish one thing. Completely. Not partially. Not mostly. Entirely. From start to finish without leaving it in a state of almost done. Almost done is not done. Almost finished still carries weight. Almost complete still occupies mental space. Almost is another word for incomplete. Finishing does not require perfection. It requires completion. It requires taking the task from started to done. Even if done is imperfect. Even if the result is not exactly what you envisioned. Done is better than perfect because done is real and perfect is often an excuse for never finishing. Follow-through is not talent. It is not a personality trait. It is a decision repeated until it becomes automatic. The decision to continue when excitement fades. The decision to push through the middle when progress feels slow. The decision to complete instead of abandon. Every time you finish something, you cast a vote for the version of yourself that follows through. Every time you abandon something, you cast a vote for the version that does not. You become the version that gets the most votes. Reset your relationship with follow-through. Stop celebrating starts. Start valuing completion. Stop leaving things almost done. Finish one thing completely, then finish the next. Let completion become the standard, not the exception. Finishing builds trust. Trust builds confidence. Confidence builds capacity. And capacity allows you to take on more without being crushed by what you have not completed. Day 10. Built in silence.